Do you know what Watergwan is? It's where you can get news about the Jamaican culture and just learn about how Jamaicans are doing as a yard and abroad.
Salut tout le monde, ici Carrière La Flamme. T'aimes le reggae en français, en anglais, qui vient du Canada, du Québec et de la Jamaïque? Écoute Watergwan.
So rope in and come check out the thing now. It's Watergwan.
I live in the UK and I enjoy tuning in to Watergwan.
I am a big fan of Watergwan. I'm always looking forward for the great vibes, the great things. They discuss a lot of things that are going on in Calgary, across Canada, and of course Jamaica. So
this is what is going on in Jamaica. But check out Watergwan.
Every Friday at 7 p.m. Calgary time.
You get to learn a new Jamaican patois word or even a Jamaican trick.
I look forward to the patois word of the day, feeding my nostalgic mood with flavor and spice. Only Jamaicans can do.
Watch Watergwan.
It happens every Friday at 7 p.m. So check them out. And bye from Toronto.
Watch Watergwan.
Yo, this is Keisha.
Watch Watergwan.
Relevant and entertaining, so keep up the good work.
Watch Watergwan.
tune in, share, listen to Watergwan.
Big up yourself. Watergwan 2022. Bless you.
Watergwan. Yes, Watergwan.
Watch Watergwan.
Always say I'm going to know Wagwan in a yard. Check it out. 7 p.m. every Friday.
Happy Friday, everyone! My name is Shelley. I'm so happy you joined us today. I was thinking about you all week. I hope you had a wonderful Emancipation celebration. It's going to be a fantastic weekend, Jamaica 60th. Recently, I was at the Jamaican Association and we were meeting with our older adults. In fact, we were having tea and they asked, Shelley, what historical event would you wish that you would have been a part of? And immediately I said, Jamaica independence, 1962. Can you just imagine the celebration, the happiness, the pride? And we have a chance to really engage this feeling again with celebrating the milestone of Jamaica 60. So welcome to Watergwan. And yes, I am your resident aging educator, and I couldn't help but kind of do a little research. What happens to us as human beings when we reach a milestone like 60? Research shows that, in fact, we are happier when we are 60 and older than we are when we are 35 in our 20s. And so there is a lot to celebrate as humans as we get up into our 60s and beyond, and even more so as a country, Jamaica. We little, but we talawa, and we have accomplished so many milestones. And it's time for us to celebrate and for us to really examine our history and put ourselves in a position that we can continue to contribute to this wonderful country, our island home, Jamaica. And one of the things I'm very excited about today is our discussion. We have with us our esteemed guest. We will be talking about Jamaica's 60-year independence, severing colonial ties, with the one and only Her Excellency Sharon Miller, High Commissioner of Jamaica here in Canada. But before we do that, we are going to talk about the word of the day. Talawa. Now, we invite you to write the definition on the comments. We welcome all your questions and your comments in the chat. Let's keep the conversation going. When I said talawa, what do you think about? Talawa. Yeah? Come. Start chatting. We'd love to hear from you. Last week was a very dynamic conversation. It was full of energy. It was just Caribbean. It was just Jamaican. We talked about Caribbean festivals in Canada with Sandra Whiting and Jennifer Duncan. We discussed the behind the scenes elements of creating a multifaceted event to celebrate and showcase our Jamaican culture. From budgets to permits to volunteers, organizing a Caribbean festival really takes hard work, dedication, a lot of hands on deck to produce a great show. We thank Sandra and Jennifer for taking the time to share their passion and insight and experience. And we really appreciate all the work that they do to share our culture to the world. Thank you again, Sandra and Jennifer. We love it when you engage with us. Come, tell us some comments, send us your feedback. If you miss an episode, check out the replay on Watagwan YouTube channel or even our Facebook page. Find the links on our website, watagwan.ca. Now, what's happening across Canada? You know, this is the weekend. Jamaica 60th Independence Celebration is across the country. Let's look at some of the events nearest you. In Calgary, the Jamaican Canadian Association Alberta is hosting a number of events to celebrate Jamaica 60. On Friday, on August 5th at 6 p.m., there will be a civic ceremony. On Saturday, August 6th, there is a culture and heritage exhibit starting at 12 noon at the JCAA building. There is a party in the night starting at 9 p.m. All of these events are open to the public and free to attend. Yes, food and drinks will be on sale. Now, in Calgary on Sunday, August 7th at 10 a.m., there will be a church service at the Berrien International Church of God. All are invited, and these events will definitely celebrate and give thanks for Jamaica 60. In Winnipeg on August 6th, the Jamaica Association of Manitoba is hosting an independence celebration with dinner and entertainment at their building located at 1098 Winnipeg Avenue. Cocktails start at 6:30 p.m. and dinner starts promptly at 7 p.m. Tickets are $40 for adults and $20 for youths 12 years and under. For tickets, contact them at 204-786-5496 or by email at info@JamaicanAssociation.org. Call them quick, because this ticket them a sell off, yeah? In Montreal, the Jamaican Association of Montreal is hosting Rastafest Montreal, which is a two-part event. The first part starts at 1 p.m. at Oscar Peterson Park with lots of activity for the whole family, including arts and craft, market, soccer match, games for the kids, and live entertainment. After you finish part one, go home quick and change because there's a next part to come. The second part starts at 10 a.m. with a concert located at the association building featuring Horace Martin, Rasley Singer Robin, Miss Diva, and Uprising Band. Tickets for the Rasta Fest Montreal concert is $20. Again, contact 416-256-913 or rastafest@gmail for more information. In Toronto, the JCA celebrates Jamaica 30 on August 13th with their Independence and Anniversary Gala. The tickets are $120. Dr. Mary Ann Chambers will be the keynote speaker, and there will be performance by Arsenal and DJ Soul to Soul. Call 416-746-5772 or visit www.jcaontario.org for more information. But now we're going to spot the place. All right. Spot the place. The clue, and before I give you the clues, remember, add it to the comments when you figure it out. Tell us if you, I will tell you if you're right at the end of the show. This place is located in Kingston Harbor. It was once the largest city in the Caribbean. The Giddy House at Fort Charles was built there in 1888. Can you tell us where this is? Come on. Send it in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Do you know? Yeah. It's now time to reason with my good friend, Mr. Donovan Simon.
That's a Shelley.
I am well, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. As a Talawa.
Yes, me little, but me talawa. Yes.
Well, that's good to know, because so is a very special place. I was at a thing, and the Minister of Tourism said Jamaica was built on the 8th day.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like, him say, boy, it took a special effort,
Yeah.
but it needed that attention. Right? Little what to tell her, the truth.
It is a special place. I am so proud. Yeah.
Right? There's that time of year where the pride level reach a new level,
Yes, and it knew so till it all in my ears. See
Yeah,
there?
ears.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It dep on your ears.
Oh yeah, it dep on my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not ears, folks. Ears.
Ears. Then that we say ears.
Right. All right. Listen, we're going to hear from somebody who has a lot to say, who is, a career diplomat and has done a ton for Jamaica. So I'm going to reason with her, and then I'll come back and we talk a little more. All right.
Do your thing.
All right. Sounds good. Right. Folks, greetings as always. Welcome to A Time to Reason here on Gwaan. And it's that time of year when we talk about Jamaica's independence. We just celebrated Emancipation Day. And we're going to have a discussion here with Her Excellency Sharon Miller, who is the High Commissioner from Jamaica to Canada. And it's Jamaica 60. So lots of reasons to talk to the High Commissioner on a normal basis, but even more reason to talk as we go through the Golden Jubilee. So let's bring the High Commissioner on, and let's start our reasoning with her. High Commissioner, there we go.
You've unmuted me. Yes. Hello. I'm here really laughing my head off. Hearing Shelley and all that's going on, and the fact that you're all just learning Talawa. What?
No, she, the producer just learned it. We didn't know.
Right. And I mean, you've all given away the place by talking about Giddy House. What's going on? What's going on?
That's a Shelley love talk, High Commissioner.
Yeah, so I am like, oh my. This is so easy. Could I win a prize?
Oh no, the diplomats are immune from this.
I kind of figured.
So it's one of those things.
I was just pulling you along a little bit, but I really, in the last few minutes, have been enjoying this. So thanks for the invitation.
No, well, thanks to you for taking the time to join us here on Gwaan. You know what a lot of people don't know is that you've spent many years. You've been in Canada now, second tour of duty, because you did serve as Deputy High Commissioner for a while. You were also Deputy Chief of Mission in Washington. You've been our ambassador to Brazil. You have done a whole heap of things in a long career of service to our country. So we want to thank you for that, and thank you for joining us. But here we are, 60 years, we're celebrating the Jubilee under the theme, Reigniting a Nation for Greatness. So maybe let's start the conversation there, High Commissioner. What does this theme mean? What is the government looking to achieve as it relates to us celebrating 60 years under this theme?
Just looking at the theme, reigniting a nation for greatness, it speaks to the fact that we are great and that we need to put out more, to ensure that greatness. In the 60 years that we have been around, I can say without fear that Jamaica is one of the most recognizable names in the world. And we all know why, a lot of the reasons why that is so. The fact that, we have musical and athletic geniuses all across the years. Don't even need to name any of them. But in that 60 years, Jamaica has also grown as a nation. We have developed our institutions. We have developed ourselves democratically as one of the most stable nations on earth. There's improvement in infrastructure. There is so much that has happened for Jamaica in the last 60 years. And when in looking towards, I'm talking, that was just the echo of the tireless work that has been done to bring Jamaica this far. But it also says to us, look to the future. Use the lessons of the past, use our accomplishments as launching pads to go further beyond what we are now at 60. So in the next 60 years, we should be even more talawa, if I may say so, than we are now.
That's interesting, because I'm going to come to the future and how we look forward and what are some of the things that the government is thinking about. But let's maybe focus on Canada a little bit. What are some of the things happening across Canada? What are some of the things that I know your office has been quarterbacking as we celebrate this Golden Jubilee?
Right. Shelley did give a little idea of what is happening. And given the fact that our people love home, we love the fact that we are achievers. We want to celebrate at this time. So, in addition to what Shelley has given to your viewers, other parts of Canada are doing the same thing. We're having civic ceremonies, we're having flag raising, we're having recognition from government, provincial, federal, and city governments. We're also having galas, we're having festivals and shows and lighting of, federal monuments and so forth. So in Ottawa, for instance, tomorrow night we will light the Ottawa sign with the Jamaican colors. And in Niagara, the Niagara Falls will also be lit with the Jamaican colors. So we are doing quite a bit. And in fact, we have chosen that 2022, the 60th year, celebrations, commemorations does not only stay within the Emancipendence Week. We are going beyond. We are celebrating the entire year. And we have done some work with Winnipeg and Montreal and Toronto and other places leading from February, from the time of Reggae Month right through to December. We will be ensuring that Jamaica is more highlighted, more showcased, and I use more because we all know that Jamaica big bout here. Right?
Yeah,
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Right. So more, you'll be seeing more of Jamaica, more to be proud of, more of our presence being felt in Canada this year.
All right. And since we're talking about that, I do want to share, because I got this one from the tourist board, and for everybody who is watching, that a UNESCO recognized historical site, the Niagara Falls, will be lit tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern with the colors of the Jamaican flag. The links to a live stream is in the comment section. So there will be a live stream starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So jump on, have a look. I recently saw that the Eiffel Tower in Paris
That's
was
right.
lit with the colors of the Jamaican flag.
Mhm.
So we're ensuring that we spread the vibes. I love the one we call it Emancipendence.
Emancipendence.
As we celebrate our emancipendence, right, and our 60 years all across Canada, and especially at a place like Niagara Falls, that should be fantastic. That
Yes.
should be absolutely fantastic. Uh, let's talk just a little bit about the message you want to get across, especially to the Jamaicans in the diaspora, as we look at 60 years old, right? I think the Queen recently celebrated 60 years on the throne, and I soon come to the colonial ties. You know, have to talk like a politics.
Wow, 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 wow.
Right? What would be a conversation with the High Commissioner if we don't talk like a politics? But what's the message to the Jamaicans about being 60 years old as a nation?
My message is, well, let's start here. I know that we are in the instant age and we're all impatient to see Jamaica a developed country. But the truth is that 60 years is a small time frame in the span of time in the development of a country. What I want is for us to understand that we have come a long way. Yes, there might have been more that we could have done, but we have to learn from the lessons of the past. We have to learn that, and if I can paraphrase a bit, in terms of the sustainable development, one of the definitions for sustainable development, that the earth, and I want to say Jamaica, was not given to us by our parents. We keep it in trust for our children. And therefore, whatever we do, we should ensure that we build on what is here, the good things that are there. And there are good things. I am not speaking airy fairy out of the air. I know that there is good that's happening in Jamaica. And to ensure that we leave to our children, our children's children, a better Jamaica than the one we found and the one that we are building on now. So I'm saying, be patient, be adaptable, work with us to ensure that Jamaica truly becomes the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
I love that, to be a place of choice, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about the future. What we're going to do here in a little bit, can we talk about something happening in Niagara Falls tomorrow night? But for the viewers, I wanted to share a little bit of what was happening in Calgary right now.
Yes.
As we celebrate Jamaica 60 at the Jamaican Canadian Association, Alberta, here in Calgary. If the producer could give us a live view, this is the JCA building in Calgary. A civic ceremony is going on while we do at Gwaan National, celebrating, as you can see, lots of vibes, lots of colors, lots of people. That's the president. I don't know what he's preaching about, but he's up on a boat. And if Daniel could give us a little cycle round too, there is a 60th birthday cake. I know that is there.
Well, Donovan, can I say that you're making me wish I was there? Looks fine. And then you talk about birthday cake. Oh, come on. You can't do that to me right here, right now.
I spoke up to that because there's questions about when do we see the High Commissioner on the western side of the country, and there are questions. And for whoever is watching it, here we go.
Wow, look at that.
The Jamaica 60th birthday celebration. Loud and proud in Calgary.
Yes.
Thanks, Danielle. So getting back to the conversation, High Commissioner, as we celebrate 60 years, one of the questions that comes up is the political structure and our connections to the monarchy. Can you give us an update as to what the government is thinking on, or some of the plans where that's concerned?
Well, I don't have any updates that have not been publicized. And we all know, in fact, let's do some real talk.
Yeah.
We all know that it's been a long time that we have been talking about fully realizing our independence, right? The update I can give you is what the Prime Minister gave when the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge visited Jamaica earlier this year, and the fact that he actually stated that we are looking towards, being fully free. If I paraphrase him, please, I'm not quoting him. And also the fact that the Minister of Constitutional Affairs did make reference to that in her budget presentation earlier this year as well. And so, going from that, I am saying that we are seriously on our way to removing the last vestiges of the monarchy in Jamaica. As to when, I cannot say.
So the process is in place, continue to work. And I think that said, it doesn't really affect our operations, and it doesn't really affect how we run our business, does it?
No, it does not. And truthfully, apart from the real tangible issue of the Privy Council being our final appellate court, the administration of Jamaica is not impacted. Day-to-day administration of Jamaica is not impacted by our links to the monarchy.
Right. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the celebrations themselves. And maybe this is a little bit on a personal side, but have we lost the glass of independence? How do we ensure that we keep the shine on it? I know this year there's a lot of celebrations going on in Jamaica. Let's talk a little bit about what the government is doing, both for those at home and those in the diaspora, to add some glass, or to bring back some glass to the celebrations around independence.
Let me state first off that I don't think we have lost the glass of independence. I think that we talk about being little but tolerant, but that means that we're secure in our identity as Jamaicans. And if it wasn't for independence, we would not be that secure in an identity, right? So no, I think we might be needing a little more appreciation. It's in fact for our younger citizens as to what it means to be independent and what the struggles were that our forebears went through to bring us here, right? And that, I think, can be easily remedied. But there is, and even from outside looking in to Jamaica, there's much pride, both at home and in the diaspora, in being Jamaican. And if you look at it with those lenses, you cannot say that, in my mind at least, that we have lost the shine on what it means to be independent. I cannot agree with that. There is much that is happening in Jamaica. It's not just the celebrations, not just the outward show. We're good at celebrating. We're good at recognizing milestones. Yes, all kinds of national events have and are and will be taking place over the Emancipendence Week. And I use that word you like again.
Yeah.
Right? But there are also what I would call serious work that is taking place in nation building. And of interest here is diaspora engagement, with the new diaspora policy being in place, with the government reaching out in terms of the plans for agribusiness, for investment, for opening up Jamaica, to ensure that Jamaica is ready and open for business, including closing the digital divide, whether internationally or locally across sectors, upgrading physical infrastructure, roadways, water, electricity, looking to preserve the country in terms of sustainable development, renewable energies, that kind of thing. There is so much going on in Jamaica that diaspora can look to and feel proud and want to become a part of, because
Right.
that is a great issue. We want to be partners. We know that the diaspora is already engaged because the heartstring pulls for Jamaica.
Right.
I know that,
Right.
right? But we want that engagement to be tangible to the diaspora's benefit as much as to the benefit of Jamaicans at home on the rock.
Yeah. And while we say it, I say Prudence Online. Prudence and the crew in Jamaica, big up. I think there are about 100 members of the JC Ontario and friends that are down in Jamaica celebrating emancipation. The only thing, Prudence, the only thing I say, if I stop the bad mind thing and share the pretty picture them. Like them I show the fruits and the food, and them go on Appleton tour. As the women knows, the people on Facebook I see it. And the fact that we're not there, I'm just saying. Just
Oh, okay.
all right. But big up to all of those who are going down there.
Yes.
High Commissioner, as you talk about connecting with the diaspora and all of that, can we talk a little bit about, and today I was talking to somebody about the gap between the business principles and processes and practices and technologies that some of us get used to in the diaspora and what is happening in Jamaica. Can we talk about some of those things? Like, so for example, doing business. What are some of the things that are being done to improve the ease of doing business in Jamaica? And then I also want to get the documents, right?
The
Passport. Yeah, it's not a cry in the diaspora.
Wow. You really play hardball, right? You promised me a nice, quiet discussion.
No, man, we soon get to the easy part.
No, man, it's okay. Not a problem. Well, we have been over time doing improvements in the doing business in Jamaica. I'm sorry I don't have the statistics at hand in my head where I can tell you what our improvements are. But there are improvements in, I spoke to digital transformation and digital infrastructure in how you can apply for your business license, how you can set up your bank accounts, the things that you need to start and to ensure that your business is successful. And here I want to put in a plug for the JAMPRO representatives. We do have a resident JAMPRO representative in Canada, right? We are overseen, in fact, JAMPRO is overseen by the representative in New York, but there is a presence here. And they are more than willing, because I traveled with them. I can say this from experience. I traveled with them to Winnipeg. So I see the interest and I see the willingness to engage with the diaspora on doing business in Jamaica, on identifying where are the sectors that are open for business. And we always encourage the diaspora to be a part of it. Jamaica is for all of us, and all of us should benefit from what is going on there.
Yeah. All right. Since we're talking about that, let's talk a little bit about future. What are some of the things that are on the map? You were involved with, the Sustainable Development Plan 2030. What are some of the things that are on the radar, on the plan, so that the next 60 years we see us getting better in different areas? Well, what can you share with us?
Right. So as you talk about the Sustainable Development Goals, I just want to say that our Vision 2030, when we looked at, and our Vision 2030 came out before the negotiations and the approvals for the Sustainable Development Goals, we were more than 87+ % aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals, which deals with education for all, clean water, that kind of thing. On the map for us, of course, is education, improving the education structure. On the map for us is ensuring that our people benefit from what is happening in Jamaica, so and across the world, the good things. So I spoke to digital transformation. I mean, you can't live in this time without being a part of the digital world. You can't be left behind. So we are working to ensure that we log on to the No Country Left Behind, and so that we are not left behind in what we do in terms of sustainable development. We speak to issues of climate change and having climate smart buildings, right? So that we, as an island state, we don't, we suffer more from climate issues, but we mitigate and we adapt to, and that we ensure that we are part of the international discussions. Because even while we are an island, we know no man is an island. And we know that the interdependent world, whether we want to accept it or not, requires that we be a part of whatever discussions there are. And we are there. So that's how we are ensuring that Jamaica's development becomes front and central for us Jamaicans.
All right. For the young people who are going to watch this, High Commissioner, uh, there are questions around the investment in social development, right? So we talk about infrastructure, we talk about education, clean water, and all the rest of it. Can you share a little about some of the conversations that are going on around social intervention, community development, etc., as we look to the next 60 years?
Yes. Well, in terms of social interventions, we're talking about child diversion programs. We're talking about diversion programs for at-risk youth. We're talking about community development in terms of capacity building. And we're doing that, we're doing some of that, of course, in conjunction with our international development partners. So, and we're talking about continued and education and lifelong learning. And I'm dealing with education not only because you spoke to youth, but because of the fact that it is through education that we are going to be moving forward. It's through education that we are ensuring that we will not, we as a country in total is not left behind, but the individual is also not left behind. And facilitating programs and an environment where people can, dream and develop their aspirations and their realize their aspirations and develop their potential.
And as you talk about realizing dreams, one of the things that we get to revel in is the achievement of our artists and our athletes. Right now in Colombia, in Birmingham, and recently in Eugene, again, as always, Jamaica puts their stamp on the athletic world, right? And we all revel in it. So let's talk a little bit about uh, how you look at some of our achievements relative to countries that are older. You started that conversation, or you started that early in our discussion. How do you compare Jamaica at 60, and what do you compare us with to say, listen, look at that country that's 250 years old versus us that is 60? Like,
Um, I I compare us to the fact that there are countries that are 5,000 years old on this planet now. There are, could I call civilizations? There are countries that are hundreds of years old. This, the one we're sitting in, is one of them.
yeah.
And it did not, in my mind and my study of history, their development did not happen overnight,
Mhm.
right? I I would like to say, but I will just preface that by saying I don't have the statistics that at 60 they were not as recognized worldwide or world renowned as Jamaica,
Mhm.
right? And they got through their teething pains, their baby pains, and they have developed standards and programs and their physical infrastructure. But were they at this level that we are at 60? And I also believe that because of the kinds of development globally, we have jumped some stages. And we need to understand that as a young country, because we are young, as a young country, we have done well. There is a lot more to be done. And yes, like everywhere else, there have been mistakes in the past, but we have learned and we can learn from those mistakes and we can push ahead. Like I said, our aim and our goal in developing Jamaica is to ensure that our children's children's children inherit a better place.
Yeah. And as we talk about a better place, I'm going to take you locally because now I hear you were in, well, I saw that you were in Winnipeg. And for those who are watching, if you're in Calgary, in fact, anywhere, if you have questions for the High Commissioner, I have a few minutes. I'm going to throw some questions. Yes, this is how I play.
Yeah.
Right? So locally, High Commissioner, you came here in the pandemic, or I don't know if it's before. I didn't think you bring it, but somehow.
My.
So somehow, your the early part of your term was affected. So what are some of the plans locally for your office as it relates to the Jamaicans in the diaspora here in Canada?
Okay, I will just say that I did come in the middle of the pandemic in August 2020, and I suffered all the restrictions, right? And so the traditional way of operating as a diplomat and among my diaspora persons, that couldn't be done. But if there is one benefit, if you can call it that, from the pandemic, was the use of the virtual space. We're actually in that space right now. And through that space, I was able to meet with my diaspora representatives, heads of organizations. I was able to meet with my honorary consuls, things that would have taken me a while to do if I was to physically take a plane and visit. And so, because we have developed that kind of connection in the digital space, a lot more will be done with the diaspora through the digital space. But of course, we understand that the digital space does not take precedence over a person to person interaction.
Mhm.
And so, yes, there are plans to visit you in Calgary, and there are plans to visit other diaspora communities. I've had the opportunity of going to a few since restrictions have been lifted, and the welcome has been great, and the work with the diaspora has been good. And I'm looking forward to visiting a lot more over the next 12 months.
Okay, awesome. So I gotta make sure we book you out here for sure, right? The clock is ticking, so there are a few things I want to, and I get real down personal on it now. What's the best part of Emancipendence and the whole celebrations for you, High Commissioner?
For me,
Yeah.
the best part is to think that I have been lucky enough to born in a free Jamaica.
Mhm.
That's the best part. And I see that as a blessing. I see it as a blessing that in addition to being lucky enough to born in a free Jamaica, I'm also able to work with others in national development. And I look at that and I look to the future and I'm saying, yeah, there is much to celebrate for me personally, as much as it is for Jamaica. And I want to enjoy the 60th. It comes but once, this
Yeah.
Diamond Jubilee, and to say that, yes, I am part of a Jamaica that is free and lovely and splendor and beautiful, you know, and all of that. And I've not even gone to the physical attributes yet. I'm
Yeah.
just talking about the spirit of Jamaica. And I see, and because I see that spirit of Jamaica, especially come out during a time like this, it makes me feel good.
All right. Last question. as we look forward, if there were one or two things that you could pick out that the next 60 years could or should bring for Jamaica, well, what are some of those things?
The next 60 years for Jamaica. Um, you know, my greatest desire is that for the next 60 years for Jamaica, that we have achieved independence in all its spheres: financial, emotional, spiritual. Just the fact that when I say that I am Jamaican, I do not have to think about the fact that we are indebted. And because we are indebted, there are developmental plans or programs that we are not able to do because of the fact that we have this constraint. So, my wish is that we are fully free of debt, fully free of other constraining events or situations that hold back the spirit of the Jamaican, which is a warrior, a champion spirit. So that is my hope. I mean, I know it's aspirational and it doesn't give anything too concrete, but you have to start from a concept, you have to build a plan, and you have to work towards it. So that's how I look at it.
All right, awesome. High Commissioner, Her Excellency Sharon Miller, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on Watagwan. We look forward to having you again, both in person here in Calgary and to share with us on this another virtual platform. Enjoy Independence Day tomorrow in the nation's capital and the rest of the year, because Jamaica will have to do it big, so we'll celebrate whole year.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Donovan. It has been my pleasure. Of course, I will come again, even though you bowl me hard balls. But we know that that is just life, and that is how we are. So
Yeah,
I do not hold it against you.
yeah, that's
I
fine.
will come again, and I'm looking forward to come to Calgary. And so I thank you very much for highlighting Jamaica's 60th, the Diamond Jubilee. It deserves to sparkle and shine. So thank you.
All right,
All right.
thanks, High Commissioner. Take care.
Take care.
All
Ciao,
right,
ciao.
bye.
Hello. That was fantastic.
Wasn't it?
It was wonderful.
What can I say? The High Commissioner, cool man.
Yeah, man. She Irish. She Irish. More celebrate with her. Love the spirit. Love
That's
it.
true.
Love it.
But you know what I like though, or maybe what I took from it,
Mm.
every time we have these conversations, she spoke about the spirit of
Yeah.
Jamaica and of
Yeah.
Jamaicans.
Yeah.
And I think that was such a distinct feature of us that sometimes we don't talk about enough and celebrate enough. Yeah, the beach them nice and the food nice and
The
all the
music
rest.
nice.
And yeah, and the music wicked. But the spirit of
Spirit.
Jamaica and the spirit of us, not true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's something that you can be amongst Jamaicans and they don't even need to speak.
The one. It's a
But
real
you just
diplomat
know.
message. You remember we talk about inspiration and charisma?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. It's a
Yes.
real,
Yes.
real kind of message when you hear that and you
Yes.
say, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I can relate to that vibes there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And the emancipation thing, well, that's Jamaican creativity and a role, not true?
That's the spirit of the Jamaican people.
Yeah.
Emancipendence, yes.
So let me ask you, like for
Mm.
you, because what's the big part of independence for you?
Jamaica is who I am. Shelley Morgan, is only Shelley Morgan because of my Jamaicanness. I cannot escape it. Like I cannot escape the color of my skin. I cannot escape my accent. I cannot escape my spirit, which is Jamaican. So for me, celebrating Jamaica is celebrating me. It's a celebrating my past, my family, the struggles, the victories. Usain Bolt, Bob Marley, everybody. Just the pride and the happiness and knowing is this oneness that and having migrated to Canada, I realized I can't escape the oneness.
Yeah.
May go out and seek the oneness. Because that's just who I am. I am Jamaican. I am Shelley Morgan. So
Yeah. One of the things, at least for me anyway, and I've been here a little over 20 years. And no matter how Canadian I am, I am always Jamaican. It's just a thing. And you might have a passport, or you might have an address, or you might have a social insurance number. But I have to wear my shirt, or I have to eat the food, or, I have to represent, as would I say. I went to the Olympics a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when I buy my ticket, I buy my ticket as a Jamaican, as much as Canada did it. And no, but I just cheer for Canada too, And not just because the Jamaicans are great at the athletics element of the sport, but it's almost like there wasn't even a second thought about, but where else you think I'm going to go support? Or which flag you think I'm going to carry? Right? Big up Canada, make some noise with the top mess. But, of course, maybe it's a spirit thing that we're talking about. Where
it is, yeah.
It's a thing, not true?
It's a spirit. And it's almost like, I mean, me never did meet you before all of this, and even the team, but we just connect on that level of Jamaicanness, which is a level of spirituality. I think the wonderful. Yeah, that's it. It's a spirit.
It's a vibe.
It's a spirit. Yeah.
All right. Well, more the people celebrate, right? So all who watch, celebrate the independence, folks. Right? Celebrate that you enjoy and experience a free country.
Yeah.
Right? Where although sometimes the freedom come with its own price, like where's the bike, because everybody have something for say sometime when nothing to do for say.
Yeah.
Right? But also we have to keep it going. Anywhere we go, we are representatives, and hopefully we embrace being proud representatives.
Yeah.
Right? As we spread the vibes. And maybe one thing that I want to leave with is the High Commissioner said, think about where we are at 60 in terms of brand recognition.
Yes.
Versus many of the developed countries that,
hundreds of years.
And you say, when we're 60, people never know like how them know we. People never respect like how them respect we. Right? People never talk about like how them talk about we and our people and the things that we have brought to the world. Right? To the Earl.
To the Earl.
The Earl. Right? So that is one of the things, folks, as we celebrate our independence, that I hope all of us embrace the spirit of Jamaica and what we have achieved as a brand in this massive world, digital or non-digital. We're big.
Donovan, let me tell you something, and it just crossed my mind that brand Jamaica is powerful, but brand Jamaica is the spirit of Jamaica. Brand Jamaica is spirit Jamaica.
Not true.
It is.
Yeah, man, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe thing, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a vibe thing. Hard to explain, but when you see it,
you know it.
It does different. So wicked reasoning.
Excellent.
All right, listen, you have got on the show. I could have gone for next week, but we have got to stop.
But make it big up Leo. Leo said done. You don't see it, always repping. Happy 60th.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Respect.
And Fiona, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi, Donovan and Shelley. Happy 60th. Same to you, Fiona. Enjoy, have fun.
Yeah. Respect to all the comments and all the people who support the show. And all the Jamaicans, like I say.
Yeah. And the lovers of Jamaica.
Yeah, man, everybody.
Yeah.
The adopted one, them.
Yes.
Everybody in it.
Yeah.
MJ. Big up MJ. What a big up MJ.
Pick up MJ.
Yeah, man. I'm a big up MJ. Anyway, listen, what good? We're going to do it again next week, yeah?
Yes,
All right, take care.
always.
Yeah, man.
All right, that was just fantastic. But we're going right into Patra word of the day. I see where Sharon said Talawa is strong and Prudence. Shout out to you. Prudence, give me a sentence. We lick about with Talawa, aka Jamaica. Thank you so much, Sharon and Prudence, for reaching out and telling us what Talawa means. Strong, powerful, forceful, energetic, spiritful. That's Jamaica, definitely. Spot the place. I see Pamela. Pamela, spot the place right. And this place is really courtesy of our teammate, our colleague, Shauna. This is from her visit to Jamaica with her family. See them enjoying themselves. And Pamela Prendergast, you got it. You got it. Port Royal. Yeah. I like Pamela also says, the boy have a small frame, but prove to everybody say him Talawa. True. True. Excellent. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you so much for helping us to revisit one of the famous Jamaican words, Talawa. Yeah. Next week, it's going to be very, very interesting. We'll be discussing festival songs with Vincent Vaughn and Rocky Montague. Yeah. Come join us next week. It's going to be fantastic. Also, you know that we are looking for an experienced marketing coordinator and a content creator on a volunteer basis to join our Gwaan team. This is a phenomenal opportunity to hone your communications, creative, and marketing skills, and to work and receive mentorship from a team of professionals located across Jamaica. Students, you are welcome to apply. You must have 1 year experience working in marketing or social media space, have experience creating marketing or social media campaign, must be familiar with the Jamaican Caribbean culture. Come and be a part of a vibrant team who are all passionate about sharing all aspects of our wonderful Jamaican culture to the world. Send your resumes to us via our social media accounts or email us at watagwancnd@gmail.com. Now, because it's celebration time, I am asking you to send us your pictures in your Jamaican colors, celebrating with food, drink, dance. Send us pictures, share what you're doing for Jamaica independence. We really want to share that with the rest of the world and see what you're doing. Help us. Send us your pictures. Contact us on our social media. So send us also your videos from Watagwan so we can add it to our show. This is our show. We want to showcase Jamaicans, people who love Jamaica. So send us an email. Check us out on watagwan.ca. Contact us on our social media. We're always willing and happy and excited to hear from you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us for another wonderful, vibrant episode of Watagwan. Wishing you a wonderful Jamaica 60 celebration. There's a lot to give thanks for, and there's a lot of work to do, but let us just use this weekend to celebrate Jamaica 60. See you next week. Well.
Jamaica.